Okay, here we go. Mm. Sorry I'm late. I hate being late, but as soon as I said we're going live, Andy, I hit the button, moved the laptop, and it all shut down. Got shut down. So let's see. Who do we have here? Wow, that shut down too. Let me see. Let me go back here. Vanessa Kitty is here. Just Jeff is here. And the rest I can see now. Bobby Barlow is here. Garage Guy is here. All right. Sorry about that, guys. I hate being late. I've never been late unless it was bad, like car accident or something, train derailment, whatever. F-250. How you doing, Andy?
Oh, I'm doing lovely. First night stay we've had. I mean, this was the really perfect day. I got so much shit done in the yard. It was ridiculous. Other than that, no, I didn't go shooting.
No, I was going to ask you. Okay.
And tomorrow's supposed to be better than today, but tomorrow's cleaning late. So that shows the range.
Well, you should be all loaded up and ready to go.
Well, I'm ready at this point. I got one more 357 things I want to try. I've got both bullets loaded up with some test rounds, but I want to try the old bullet and go into full blown hot load and see if it works. It may not like going slow. I don't know. I mean, it's not slow, but it's not a full load.
Okay, Michael is here and Kip is here. I've been watching Zinc videos, and I'm thinking, oh, do I go there?
Well, I can send you bullets, UJ, so you don't
No,
have to worry about casting or whatever. And you can.
no, I would cast them. The
Oh,
only the only thing I'm worried about, I thought, well, if they're not powder coated, so I should recognize them in the berm.
oh yeah. Well, you'll recognize the moment you pick one up, you'll know the difference instantly.
Yeah, so I can just put them in a different basket. I need to go out in the backyard right now because it's been all winter. So there's probably a bucket of bullets out there. But I thought, okay, I could do that. Another thing I was interested in is doing zinc shot in shotgun.
I
That
don't
would
know how you're gonna make that.
that would be so fast.
Oh yeah, but I would think. Do you have? Well, I'm not sure of the term. Is it called a dripper or something to make
No,
around the
not
holes?
bird shot. I don't. No, I don't even bother with bird
Oh,
shot.
you're talking about like
Buckshot and slugs, and they'd be
slug, yeah, but you don't have a steel mold. That's a big hunk of a half-inch diameter and bigger than a half-inch to slice open.
yeah.
I don't
But
want you to bring a mold.
I don't know. I could come up with something. And, my slug mold's old. I'll just get another one, beat the hell out of that, make a bunch of slugs in one sitting. But they would be screaming.
Yeah, but you got to make it's an aluminum mold, and you really got to get that. You're going to have that big of a diameter. You probably got to get up to about 890 degrees with the zinc. Four
Yeah.
to four
Well,
to
I was thinking double aught buck. Uh,
double odd. Yeah, those are BBs. So that's.
I could find a steel mold that's the 32 diameter or whatever, 3.2, 3.3.
Yeah, Lyman's got some stuff out there. I've seen stuff
Yeah,
on eBay.
so I could do that, except for I shoot buck that's nickel coated, also the Fiocchi, which I like, and I could get those mixed up. So I don't know. I'm just
Well, you I'll give you a thing that how you can tell after you cast them. Let them sit in lemon juice if you want, or citric acid, and let them sit for an hour. They'll tarnish. They'll get dark. That's why I don't know if you ever watch CW's videos. He says, I don't know what he does to his ink. He says, but they got this strange look to them, like,
Yeah.
you'll darken them.
And there's certain board cleaners that will clean zinc easy also. Not that they, yeah.
Well, you really shouldn't get any issues with zinc in your board. Okay, I mean, again, that Ruger, the Ruger PCC, before I sent it off to Ruger, that thing, I can't tell you how much zinc that gun has gotten through. And when they got it, they said, your barrel is unbelievably clean, okay? And they measured the bore and stuff. He says, it's well in tolerance. It's a little tight, they said. And so, I can't complain about it. It says they didn't do anything to it.
Chessboard is here. Yeah, I don't know why I got on the zinc kick. I watched a bunch of Kenny's videos. One is like 8 years old.
Yeah.
He's doing, it's a young Kenny. It's funny. And he was doing 9mm 300 blackout, and then he did 44 mag after that. And it just looked like, when you watch something, you're like, I want a piece of that. I want to try that.
We all did that 9mm. He used 2 different bullets in 9mm. He used I don't think he used the 125.
Yeah, he used a Lee 125 flat, which I have, and that's an aluminum,
Yeah.
And then
and the 147 that I use, he made those in mine, and then I sent them some bullets. I sent them those 357 bullets, 190 grain round noses, and he played with those 2 in his the 300 Legend, or 350 Legend. I'm sorry. He played with that too.
Yeah.
And then Jamie Howe, his 35 Remington, used that zinc bullet, and he's like, whoa.
Yeah, I got to talk to my thrift store guy because he also has an auto shop. And I ask him, you got any lead, got any wheel weights, and he goes, they're running out of lead wheel weights. Now they're zinc and plastic and everything. But now I should tell him, save me the buckets. I'll pay you scrap, whatever.
Just get yourself about 30 pounds or 40 pounds of it to play with before you commit to like buying the stuff, okay? Because you're going to have to come up with a casting pot. Your ladle.
Oh, that's right. I didn't even think of that.
The casting pot.
Yeah. I forgot about the casting pot. I could do a cauldron where I hand pour, but yeah.
Hand pour is on a large plug. You'll never hand pour. On a 147s, 9mm. Yeah, you'll do that. Anything like 150 grain or less hand pour you can do. But I got some bullets.
Those what do you call them? They have a pour side, and they're just they're on a I get a bunch of those.
I gotta send you those. I don't know how many I have. I cast them off specifically for you because they're way too light for 223. But I made those bullets for you. They're pointed, and I forget what they weigh. 27 grains or something. I don't know.
Yeah, the 5.7.
Yeah, the 5.7. That because, and I can make you all of those you want. Okay, it's a weird mold that I have. I don't remember where I got it. Somebody told me to mold, and I bought it. I found it on eBay.
All right, we'll figure it out because I have buckets of wheel weights that I got to sort out. Zinc still, I told you I'll send you what I got because I'm not using zinc.
You just get yourself a good cast iron pot to melt them down in. Okay, Again, it's going to get hot to melt. Now, the other thing is with your son playing and stuff, he may be able to come up with again, what do they call those things for melting?
Cauldron.
No, well, no. Like if you want to melt down copper, you got to have that high heat.
Yeah, the ceramic thing, like, yeah.
We talked about that once, trying to come up with something to make one.
Yeah.
And anyway, if he could design something that has a crucible in it that has a bottom pour, you'd be all set.
Well, he could just weld up a steel insert for a leaf pot.
I guess so,
He could make that. I know he could make that.
It just all you gotta do is get a piece of steel that's the right diameter.
We have. I could show you in the garage. We have round steel tubing, thick.
Because that's what Hart was. Is what's his name at NOE? He started that project with Taco, and then he gave Taco the actual piece that fits inside the leaf pot, but he didn't make the pour section yet.
They got stuck. Yeah, they got stuck on the pouring, but my son could do that.
No, he didn't get stuck on it. He sent him the pot, the piece to put in the pot. You take the old one out and it just slides down in the coils.
Yeah.
And he wanted to know if the leaf pot got hot enough, and it did, and that's where they ended. Because then he was going in the direction of going out of business at that point.
So they figured out the pour spot because it's just like a retained spring and a stem.
He was trying to make it work with the leaf stuff, but that was his plan. Okay. But he needed to know that it fit in the lee. Now, if it fits in the lee, he just has to get the inside piece from the lee, take the measurements, and make the pour pile. And then the lee pile will fit. You go in and you put it there and you position it, and you'll have it. That's all you got to do.
That's another project for the future.
But ladle pour is hard. You need a big enough ladle, obviously. And that ladle's got to be real hot, otherwise the zig cools down real fast.
I have all sizes, and I've casted with the ladles with lead before, but I have all sizes from a tennis ball size or smaller, all the way to like maybe a cantaloupe size.
Well, you don't need that big. You want the Lyman ladle with the pour spout built into it, not the V cut. It has the little like spigot that comes out of it. The Lyman Lyman makes it. I'm bad, man. I can't think of words anymore.
Well, I'm talking about hand pouring.
Yeah, the Lyman makes one, and it has a pour spout on it, not a little V notch.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Lyman, I use that. Because you get the hole right in, and then you tap in the mold and move in the mold at the same time. You get the flow level out at the top. Because it's hard to get if you're using a flat base bullet, it's hard to get a flat base with a ladle pour.
Yes, true. Jag is here. Hey, Jag.
But
down the road, I'll think about,
But like I said, if you really want to play, I know you don't want people sending you shit, so not the point. You want to play before you start doing anything with it. I'll send you out some bullets. You can go play, and you say, this is neat. Now you can make the decision to go further.
Yeah, and 5.7 would be screaming with a light bullet.
Well, again, I forget the weight of this bullet. I think it's 44 grains or 45 grains in lead.
Oh, okay. So that's like normal then. So it must be a long bullet.
It's pointed. It's a long nose pointed bullet.
It would have to feed then. Okay.
Oh, it'll feed. I'm not worried about it feeding.
Because in 5.7, I've loaded 35 to 40, 45 grain.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I forget the size of it. I think it was 45 times point. Let's see what it comes to. Yeah, 27 grains. That's got to be 45 grain is like roughly 25 to 28 grains, depending on where it falls. It's not an exact weight science. It could be a little more or less than calculation. But yeah, I mean, I don't know how, whatever I got, 50 of them, 60 of them, 40 of them. I didn't count them. I just have this little thing set aside for you to send you. You said, don't send me nothing. I don't want nothing. Not the point of wanting anything. I'm trying to help you out. Like you helped me out. That's all. I'm not going to send you a monster goodie box like he said.
Okay, good night, chessboard. Take care.
Gone already?
Yeah, he's got, I just quoted it here. I missed that while we were talking. Yeah.
Oh, birthday next Sunday. Well, happy birthday.
Yep. Happy birthday. Hope the foot's doing well.
My birthday just passed as well. So mine was the 11th, past Monday.
Well, happy birthday, Andy.
So,
okay, Andy, did you hear the ATF changed the law? It's an old law. I don't know if it applies. It's got to apply to you because it's nationwide.
New York said screw you already. Oh, it's fine.
No. Well, this is nationwide, and they said you can have a gun shipped to your door.
Yes, by regular postal office.
Now, if it's from the gun manufacturer in your state.
Oh, I thought it was any gun can be shipped to your house, but it has to be shipped from, say, an FFL holder. So that means the guy could,
No, my understanding is it has to be a gun manufacturer in your state.
you know, we just
They can ship it to you, and then you do a electronic background check
yeah.
and show your ID electronically, and they just drop it off at your house. So I'm looking around. Okay, what's in my state? I have Rock River moved here, North American Arms, and then everything else is high-end rifle shit, expensive. So I'm like, okay, the Rock River would be all right. I don't know if I want a little tiny 22 revolver in North America. So that should be interesting, though.
New York State, I don't think we've got anybody left making anything in New York.
Kimber used to.
I'm not looking to buy anything else. I mean,
I was just curious because
I don't know specifically, but New York State, they're ignoring everything that's going on, including the declared AR-15 is now legal in all 50 states. They're saying, "Yeah, screw you. Come, we can have our own laws." That's the attitude. Yeah, well, it's legal if you do all of this stuff. It can't be semi-automatic, and if it has these features, to have a semi-automatic, it has to have a fixed stock, a non-removable magazine, all these crazy things. Except I beat it because my ARs are single shots. Cali bolt. Well, that's one. The Cali bolt works, so that's in 223-300 blackout, same bolt. And the first AR I have was New York State compliant when it was purchased, and it's because Delton they had the thing. It's when you fire it, the bolt opens. That's it. It don't close again, so you have to manually close it. And that's just a dead. What do they call it? Dead bolt. Dead lever. Is that what they call it? I don't know. You just push that. That came with that on the rifle, so to close the bolt, you don't have to handle the bolt, just push the lever. Bad lever, is that what it's called? Uh,
Lever.
It's a little, in other words, it's added, it goes under like through the trigger guard or whatever, goes to the other side. So you push it and it closes the bolt, releases the bolt closed.
So it holds the bolt open every shot.
Yeah.
Okay.
But you know how fast you can move, how I mean,
Or is your state okay with the bolt action ARs?
yes,
Ah,
single shot. That's the whole point. That's what you can buy an AR, but it's really not called an AR anymore. So it's an AR style rifle, bolt action.
yeah, but can you have Bear Creek shipped to your house the upper?
With the bolts, yes.
Oh, okay. You can just do that. What do we have? 3 or 4 of them now?
I don't have no need for it. I'm covered.
Okay. All right. I was just curious about the ATF law. So
Let's see. Yeah, Jag, that's me in the car. No one drives my car. No one's ever driven my car but me. And the guy that built it with me, he drove it during break-in and stuff like that. He never got to the track with it, but he did get to open it up quite a few times. So
what's funny is tonight Andy doesn't have a girl in the background, and I do. Weird.
I didn't even notice the girl before.
Well, let me duck out of here.
You're not in the way of the girl. I was just looking at the car. Okay, because the tail end reminded me of a CUDA, the back, the lights.
Yeah, that's an AMC.
AMX.
AMC, I forget what the name on the side is, but
AMX.
It never hit the market. It was, concept BS they never give you when you get your, start drooling and, oh yeah, make that car. And in the 60s, if they made that in the late 60s, hotcakes. They'd sell a ton of those. Look at that thing.
Oh yeah, well they may release the concept in what, I don't know, 60. That's got to be 69. I would think they would release the concept because that's the back tail is the 70 CUDA.
And Patriot Paul shows up right when we're talking about cars. There you go. I was waiting for 67 Rebel SST AMC, because there you go. Let me enlarge it one more time. What does it say on the side? AMX? Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at that. That thing is sexy. I'm sorry. And all they do is tease you with it.
Yeah, well,
we're going to do a concept car and tease you with it, and then you see nothing close to that ever. So why bother?
Well, they're doing that now with what, the GTO and the and what's the other one? A Dodge Charger. They're trying to do,
vintage look. Yeah, Austin Healey 600. My gosh, I would love that thing. Now, they might do the Austin Healey. They say they're going to do it, but whatever. Well, I was curious about that ATF law because they look at it like suppressors, just ship it to your house, and so they changed the rule on that. As long as your manufacturer's in your state.
I didn't read that part of it. So.
And I was thinking, I wish we had more manufacturers in our state. And I forgot about Rock River, which is okay, but I think they're just doing the rifle type stuff up here, not the pistols. I don't know.
Jag, I have to find a newer picture of the car. I only have a couple. Sticking out of the, what do you want to call that? The cowl. On top of the cowl is a forward-facing scoop now, semi-rounded to a flat bottom. That took the car from 11.5s to a low 11.3 just by putting the concept force there instead of the Cal was induction was good, but not the same as the force there. Big difference.
Yeah, I thought you had a video of it on the track.
I don't remember if I have that hood on the scoop on. I didn't take too many pictures with the scoop on it because it was at the end of it was like I only had like 1 year or 1 season or 2 seasons, and then everybody that I went racing with got rid of their cars because it's just getting too expensive to go. So yeah, I don't really have much of it.
Oh, also, Uncle John might be here, so watch him. I don't know if he can reply on his phone or whatever.
But, anyway, yeah. I mean, Jim, once you start with zinc, you really won't cast much in lead anymore.
Yeah, that's what that's a rabbit hole I'm not sure I want to start yet. So I do have a bunch of steel molds, but they're 38, 44, stuff like that. Oh my gosh.
Well, I got 44s now, and I got 38 357s. Ozark, and he's got a car on the front.
I was working around for 10 minutes to find me a background.
And Andy's the only one without a girl tonight, which is totally unusual.
Well, let's see when was that? I'll get to the girl. Give me a second. I got one. I just got to remember where it is. Let me see if I can find it.
You said 70 CUDA, so I went searching for a 70 CUDA.
Yeah, that's 70 CUDA convertible. You know what that's worth?
Six figures easy.
Move your head a little bit. I want to see if it's a Hemi. Yeah, it's a Hemi. You know how few of those were made?
About a dozen, if even that many. With the shaker hood.
Yeah, I mean it's a Hemi with a convertible. There was 30 of those made or whatever. Not even.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
How's everybody going? I don't think I've been home on a Saturday for a month.
I know you've been all over the place, son of a bitch.
2 road trips, a wedding, and a knee surgery. So.
Wow, you had a knee surgery?
No, Twine did.
Oh, okay.
She had meniscus surgery.
Where are you?
Oh. So yeah, we went to Charlotte, did a road trip, 2,000 miles to Charlotte. That's where I saw all the Atlanta guys, Jamie and Kyle and Chico. We all met for barbecue. And then the next Saturday, my son got married, and then Twine had surgery on Thursday. Sunday, I headed out for Canton, Ohio. We road tripped that because it was going to be like $2,700 for 2 of us to fly. So 981 miles each way. So me and my son made that one. That was work related. The one to Charlotte was work and fun related.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yep.
So there you go. I got changed my oil for the second time in a month.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I'm searching for pictures, so bear with me, guys.
Patriot Paul, yeah, they have the what do they call it? Whatever it is tonight. Yep. Well, is it good to be home? You get to chill for a while?
It is good. I got out of bed this morning and just got straight in the hot tub with a cup of coffee.
Yeah. There you go. Yeah, you're right. The jet fuel and gasoline right now is through.
Oh my God. We drove from Missouri to Illinois and the price jumped $1 a gallon in Illinois.
Yeah.
And then it dropped 75 cents when we hit Indiana. So needless to say, I didn't spend a dime in Illinois.
Yeah, the wife and son is going on a trip, and when they hit Oregon, Washington, I told them fuel up in Idaho. Yeah, because that's the cheapest of all 4 states. So
You'll come home with 6 milk crates full of stuff to blacksmith with.
the good news is they're not going to the coast this year. They always go to the beach after, but they're just going to go there to the swap meet and come back. Boom, bang, pow. So that's good. Hotels and everything, it'll save money.
Mm.
But yeah, he'll weigh it down like it's a truck, and it's not. So every time he comes home, that her poor car is sagging in the rear.
Dragging the mufflers off.
That can't be good for a couple thousand miles, So yeah.
Need air shocks on the pilot.
Well, no, it's the other Honda CRV.
Have them drive your truck. Need shake some of that grease loose on those bearings. Is probably dried and caked up. And
Oh yeah, that thing still has winter gas in it from 2 winters ago. Residual in there. I'm gonna fire it up tomorrow though. That, the tractor, the van, the quads. I gotta fire them all up and drive them around.
get the blood circulating.
Yeah, just Jeff. Never too many anvils. And all I tell him is no more anvils, no more heavy stuff, no bulky stuff. We have no room in the garage. And every time there's
He's got to build a shop at Devil's Corner before he can bring anything else up.
Right. That's exactly right. But yeah, just about every year is an anvil for sure. He wasn't too bad last year. But hey, we're shoppers and hoarders, so
He brought all those mics home and
yeah.
all that last year. I remember.
Yeah, I just, he's got a good eye. I always tell him carbide bits. Whenever you see carbide, anything, grinding bits, all that, all day long, you go to a dollar table, everything's $1. Just clean house. Yeah.
Right.
And it makes them happy, so whatever. They both like it. But it only means I have to feed the cats every day.
Right.
Stuff like that.
I got on to Twine that a little earlier. She's she's in the wheelchair. I just got in trouble for Bikini Lady. Yep.
That's funny. That's funny. Okay,
We were giving Andy a hard time for not having a girl on the screen. So
Nah, I can't take
in the
it.
background. He's still looking.
been searching forever.
Well, you gotta have much idea how much. Oh, let me just start. Cost show.
Oh. Okay, Patriot Paul. Yeah, I'll be hitting
I
on that.
found them. Now I gotta pick the right one. You'll love this picture. I'm trying to get the one where I'm not just taking a picture of her standing in front of the car. I want to so you can see the car. Okay.
Mine is a hippie. You got your go-go boots and your weird skirt. What is she? She's probably 1970, something like that. 69. When was this car? Yeah, she's got the go-go.
60s to me,
Where is this?
especially with those go-go boots on.
Drive L. Car show. Okay. Let's see, find it.
Yeah, Patriot Paul, it's going to be an S show, but you got Nate Diaz and Platinum Perry. That Platinum Perry's been doing bare knuckle for like 5 or 8 years, so he hasn't been in MMA. Nate is just about retired. I don't know. Then you got the heavyweights, and then it goes to the girls. That's going to be an S show. They haven't fought for 10 plus years. So.
I'm not going to get the picture the way I want. The picture is just too big to really get it in there, but you're going to see it.
That's good enough. Here, I'll blow you up. Let's see. I see net. You like fishnet, by the way.
She was walking around like and she looking at all the cars. And she come over. Can you take a picture of me with your car? I go, yeah.
What if you said no? It's like no.
That's a live snake she was walking around with.
Yeah, that's a nice bottom. What she got? Studs and leather bottom on there.
Yeah, I can't shrink the picture any. That's
and the go-go boots.
That's from a car show.
And a python or something. She's got.
Yeah, I don't know what snake it is, but she was walking around with that snake. You're going, you can touch it if you want. I said, you can touch my snake too.
Did you say that or did she say that?
No, I said that. She started cracking up. That's, she says, you can touch my snake if you want. I said, you can do the same. What I said.
Yeah, that's right, Patriot Paul. But you know what? I would like to see Gina win. She's older. She's way better looking. And, oh, well, it's an S show. I can't believe they rake that kind of money doing that. But competition is good. She lost 100 pounds. Well, that's after kids. They both had kids. I don't know why they're fighting.
It happens.
I don't know why they're fighting. They should just go on with life. They still don't have a broken nose and all that crap.
Do it for the money.
I know. It's and the commentators and everything are so cheap. It's the Team U of the UFC, but they're trying. I give them kudos for getting.
I got another picture. Now that I found them, do I have a picture that show?
Yeah, Patriot Paul, Rhonda says she wants to have lots of kids, as many as possible. She loves kids.
This comes out. There's a
So I got a kid story. This is my niece. My niece in her first pregnancy had major issues. Basically, it wasn't a tumor, but it was like a cluster of blood vessels in her uterus that acted like a tumor.
Hey.
They basically told her, we don't think you're going to have kids again. So they decided to hire a surrogate. Her eggs, his seed and all that. Well, the first one didn't take. And they said, usually it's about a 50-50. So they did 2 surrogates. Well, they're waiting on the results and all that. And come to find out, she turned up pregnant. She is due in early December. Surrogate number 1 is due in the middle of December. And surrogate number 2 is due early January.
Oh my God, it's a cluster.
So we're calling them California triplets. So they're going to have 3 babies in 6 weeks.
Wow.
So they have the means to take care of them, but still going from a 2-year-old to a 2-year-old in triplets. Wow.
When you get back to your chair, you can blow that picture up.
I could do it here.
Oh, I don't know.
Yep. All I think it's going to be a whole new house.
There you go.
Oh, Blondie. I thought she was a brunette.
Yeah, there's a couple of pictures that was further away. So
And what year is this?
shit. Hold on, I'll tell you one.
Because it's not TikTok era at all.
No, hold on. 04.
Okay, yeah,
That
pre,
was-
yeah. Because usually she'd have her camera and doing a selfie and all that stuff, you know.
No, she wasn't. She didn't. She did. She only took like pictures of 3 different cars. All right.
Wow.
She had to like the car. It seemed like, you know, and you have to be willing to send her pictures, printouts, which I did.
She said this cleaning lady now. Every Sunday morning, I got to go.
And
I
this
got to go.
lady was born. Yeah, the cleaning lady. Hilarious. Oh,
She was actually a really nice person. This, you know, the snake threw me off guard. You know, I figured I don't know if she's gonna be out in left field somewhere. She's really down to earth. She just happens to like snakes. That's all.
okay.
She could have been Cruella DeVille, and you never noticed. Jeff, that's hilarious.
Yeah, it was. She was hanging around. She hung around my car quite a while, and, you know, looking at the car and stuff and asking questions. She was, again, she wasn't out in left field at all. She was kind of, you know, down to earth as far as personality. When you're talking to her, you know, she liked cars. She knew about cars. You know,
Cool. Patriot Paul, since you like MMA, what do you think about Sean Strickland shocking the world? 5-1 underdog for the belt again. He got his belt back. I'm still grinning. I watched every video, interview, all the excuses from the, what do I call him? He's not a Dagestani. He's a, oh, what country is he from? Oh, geez, I went brain dead. Anyway, they're all full of excuses. It turns out Sean screwed up his shoulder and couldn't even hardly lift his right hand and just jabbed him. You know, so that was awesome. American story. It's true American story. The guy went in there, wasn't intimidated, not taking any shit. He blew his shoulder a week before the fight and got in there with a monster that was supposed to, you know, lay on him for 5 rounds and fought his hands and everything. And history was made. It was so awesome. Way to go, Sean Strickland. Love that guy. Crazy motherfucker. But he's a good shooter. He loves guns and he's a good shooter. He goes out and does the competitions and everything. So, hell yeah. One for America. And he's not politically correct at all. He's the opposite. As a matter of fact, Paramount cut off his mic.
Oh, yeah.
They cut off his mic. The UFC would have let him roll, but, you know, they'll bleep out stuff. Paramount just cut him off. Last time, not this time.
Back to the booth.
Yeah. So, good stuff. What a fight.
What have y'all been up to? I've been driving.
Yeah, no. Hopefully, you can spend time at home now for a while.
Yeah, we don't have anything planned. You know, Twine's laid up for the next month, and then, you know, then it's like another 3 weeks. So basically 4th of July for us. So as crazy as April and early May were, June is going to be calm.
That's good. You can just chill, shoot some squirrels, whatever.
Yeah. Yeah. I thought about pulling out the Foxtrot Mike 45 today and just cracking some off in the backyard suppressed. Then
Yeah.
my lawnmower guys showed up, and I'm like, well, maybe tomorrow. I'll go out there and ring some steel because that thing's like a pellet gun.
Yeah, they're fun. They're really fun.
So I got 5 more long guns. I'm gonna,
Oh yeah.
2 Remington 1100s with 30-inch barrels. I mean, long, but they're duck guns.
Wow.
And then single shot 22, a Winchester 30-30, and shoot, what's the other one? Oh, a 410 bolt action. I've never shot a bolt action shotgun in my life. Now I've obtained 2 of them in 6 weeks. The other one's a 12 gauge that I got from my cousin, and I don't want to shoot it because it's got a hollow plastic stock. It's just a little cheapy. Oh, I bet it kicks like a mule. But that little
30. What is the single shot? It's probably
I'd have to go look. I just pulled it out of the case and put it up. Let me go look.
probably a target gun, Remington and shoots, Savage and shoots.
I think it's a kid's squirrel gun more.
Oh. If it's a nylon single shot, it's worth bucks. That's one I don't try and ding in the safe. Okay, let me plug in. Hopefully I don't get cut off here. Fair warning. I think it's my plug-in. Anyway. Let's see. Single shot kid's gun. If it's an old one, it can't be the what do they call that one? You know, where you pull the bolt back, and that's a modern one. Brain dead. Let's see, we got 15 on here. Who's lurking? Yeah, it's always nice when you get a few 1100s, 30-30. And 30-inch barrel. Damn, that's a wand. Mine is chopped to 18. Jeez, 30-inch. Whoa. I think I heard electronic. I just changed the battery in one of my safes. Every time one of my safes blinks, I'm like, son of a bitch, but not a big deal. Side chat, what do you like, rotary or electronic to open your safe? I like electronic. It's too much easier. So fast, but
Fast, yeah. I have my big safe is digital.
I think we have one tumbler left. Yeah, I gave that one to the son. I left the antique one when I moved. I left it with the house, and whoever bought the house loved that safe. And but we had to fix that. The tumbler got stuck. It was amazing. We got back into it, and it was just caked with stuff from, it was made in the 1900s or something. And it was just caked with goo. And luckily we got it open and then fixed it, and then it worked again. The tumblers were just, I don't know, it's just old gunk in there.
It's a Mossberg.
Oh, it's okay. So a Mossberg single shot?
Yeah.
Like Woodstock, like an older one, or
Yeah, it's like a bolt action, but you drop them in one at a time.
Gosh, which model is that? We have a few of them, but they're not single shots. They're tube or magazine. Single shot Mossberg. Huh. Does it have aperture sights on it?
Yeah.
Wow. What model is that? Single shot Mossberg. Does it have a plastic trigger guard with the finger grooves? Single shot. Weird. I got to ask him a few questions here. When he comes back, I have 2 questions. Okay, it's got aperture sights. Next thing I want to ask him, does it have the green and red safety button?
It's a Mossberg model 183, bolt action 410.
It is a 144. It has no magazine. It is
Yeah,
just
I don't have anything either.
it's a 144.
You're talking. He's talking 22, right?
Right.
Oh, I'm looking at a bolt action in the shotgun.
Okay. Does it have where the safety is? Does it flip right and left?
It goes right to left. Yeah.
Does it have a red and green button there for fire and safe?
I'll
And before you go, does it have a plastic trigger guard with finger grooves on it? That'll still be from the 40s with the plastic trigger guard.
You are correct. You are correct. It has a plastic trigger guard that has the 2 finger grooves behind it.
Yeah, and then the green and red dot on the
1920s.
You got. I'm making him work.
Model 26B. Model 320 series.
No green and red dot.
Okay, usually where the safety goes left and right, there's 2 little pins. They're plastic pins. Some fall out of there. Yeah, okay.
There's 2 holes there. There might have been pins in there at one time.
Yes, you're missing the pins. One is red, one is green. And
so somebody has engraved into the wood F and S. So.
Okay, they should have them on the plastic, and they're little like dowels. Like how can I describe?
I could see that, but
yeah, they go in there, but they fall out, and someone makes aftermarket ones. Yeah,
but it's got the little peep sight in the hooded front sight.
So what's the model? You know the model yet?
144.
Oh, okay.
144 SLR, something like that. I guess that's for single shot long rifle. So I guess that would make sense.
Yeah, our favorite is a bolt.
144 US bolt action.
No, 44 US has a little 5-round.
No, 144 is that.
Oh, okay. Because I have a 44 commercial US, and that's a stupid little 5-round magazine.
I've got one similar to that too that I got from my cousin. It has the really long barrel on it.
It says heavy target barrel and peep sights. It says.
Yeah,
Yeah, perhaps Mossberg's Mustang 22 target rifle with 27-inch heavy barrel target stock.
We're making them run back and forth.
Micro click adjustable target sights.
Think of another question. Make them run back.
Is the price range now $250 to $600, depending on the specific model and condition, whether the original sights or accessories are included.
Did it say what year it is? Because they,
I'm looking. It says a year.
mine goes back to the 30s, the oldest one. All right, let's check, see how this fight is going.
They're not listening. A year, 1940s.
Yeah,
Were primary produced from 1940 to 1980.
wow, 80. Okay.
They said they're widely circulating in the secondary market, so that's been a lot of them.
Yeah. Yeah, my son likes Ace. We call it Ace. And I think it's a 39. It'll hold 30 shorts. In the tube magazine, it'll hold 30 shorts. And it's got flip up front sight apertures. And then the rear has a fold out aperture for iron sights. And then you could always put the old Mossberg scopes on them. I hope. I'm going to have to ask my son. He's got it in his safe on the 44 one. If I still have one scope left.
Yes, the picture of that scooter is the same. You don't have the back picture of the back of it. That gives the same lighting as the AMX. The Jim has all. I mean, those are a bit much more pronounced, but the Cuda had the left and right same style, just not as long.
Well, the side,
That other single shot's a Remington Target Master.
there you go. Nice.
It's a little carbine.
The side shot has gone totally dead. It's not moving. Weird.
We're exciting tonight.
Yeah, they're probably all watching that Rhonda thing.
Well, it's still light outside, so 10 man's out playing golf somewhere.
Yeah, or
So
it's
guns you're shooting golf balls. Is he any better at that?
He is connected with his father-in-law on the golf course.
Okay.
the last I heard, he found 18 golf balls on a par 3 course. 18 golf balls.
Would he dig them out of the pond or something?
No, he's probably looking, on both sides of the course while he's playing,
We were members of a country club when I was a kid, and we'd go swimming in the ponds, digging up, and we'd sell the golf balls back to the pro shop for 50 cents. And he'd have a spray paint them for range balls.
Yeah, I always bought golf balls from the guys that were getting them off the course. At the one course we played all the time, he was a homeless guy. And the way he made his living or eating and stuff like that was finding golf balls and selling them to golfers on the course, And he had a couple of mine that I lost. I marked my golf balls.
Right.
And so in a certain way, I did it in a unique way. And I'm like, damn, there's my golf ball. It's scuffed up. No, I'm not buying that.
We used to play, bet the hole, and whoever lost the hole had to use a 80 compression pink golf ball. So they had to come from behind. So whoever was low man or high man on the hole had to use the pink 80 compression ball.
Okay.
They sounded good, just didn't go as far.
We have somebody trying to come on here called Reno 6 Killer.
Boy.
How's it going, Reno 6 Killer? I don't know who you are, so I'm not sure if I want to click on you.
Yeah. Be Beans and Franks.
Nobody wants to see Beans and Franks tonight. We've had lots of trolls. Post something in the side chat, buddy. Let's see who you are. Looks like an okay guy, just sitting there waiting to get on. But if I don't know you, no, we've had enough trolls with all the, yeah.
I'm not showing up on the YouTube side.
Yeah. I don't need a crotch shot tonight. All right. He's not replying in the side, so no soup for you.
Am I showing up on y'all's YouTube side?
No,
What happened there?
I don't know.
Right now, I got it set for the fights.
It says live. There I am. That was weird.
What is going on with this? Patriot Paul, if you're still there, have they started the final three? I don't know. Anyway. I don't know. Squad about old shotguns. I have one bolt action 12 gauge. It's the zombie apocalypse shotgun now. And
This has got a pretty long barrel on
it did. It used to. But I don't remember. Gosh, boom. It's not a Mossberg, but I think it's a just an off-branded Mossberg one.
it. Right. It's got a removable three round magazine. That 410 does too.
Yeah. And what I did was I turned it into a zombie apocalypse shotgun where zombies are everywhere and the shit hits the fan. So the theme was the guy goes up in the attic, finds his dad bolt action shotgun, and it only held 3 rounds. So we put a weed eater tube on it, which I did. And yeah, so now it holds 6. And then chop the stock and cut the barrel down. And then put a bayonet on it, a spike. It's in an old video. So
That's a riot. Yeah, one of those 1100s is 2 3/4 inch, and the other one shoots 3-inch magnums. And then I've got an old A5 in there somewhere.
So do you think with that long of a barrel, is it for turkey or skeet or
Ducks and geese.
duck? Okay,
Mhm.
yeah, okay.
Yeah, it's my brother-in-law. He and I have gone through many pair of waders duck hunting.
1100s are awesome. They just don't like the weak, cheap stuff.
Well, that big one, or the one that shoots the 3-inch magnums, every once in a while, they went from metal O-rings to rubber O-rings in the newer ones. And he always carried extra O-rings with him, because if that O-ring blows the gas system, it just will not work.
Yeah, I thought mine was acting up, so I bought the O-rings, and they used to be made by cheap.
He found them at Harbor Freight, the exact size that he needed. And he would always keep a little Ziploc bag of them in his shell bag. It doesn't take but a minute to change out the O-ring. Take the nut off, take the foregrip off, slide the barrel, forward 3 inches, drop another one on, put it back together, and you're in business.
Yeah, you just roll another one on in the groove there.
30 inch, it will not fit in my safe.
Yeah, that's the thing, because if you ever a pistol shelf, you're screwed.
Yes, I do in both safes. So
Yeah.
that gun rack that I built, I just put it up there. It's actually longer than that Kentucky long rifle that
Oh, that should be fun though. Yeah, it should put out yeah, it makes sense for duck. Yeah.
full choke, long barrel, shooting
Yeah.
3-inch magnums.
Yeah, and those bolt action ones, they were goose guns, whatever,
Oh, were they?
hmm
That 410 ought to be interesting to shoot. What sucks about 410 is they cost so damn much money to
I
buy
know.
shit.
You could get a little cheap Lee loader, and
I have the old one that oh gosh, what's his name? The pilot up in Wisconsin. That gummit. Chuck. He collects those old Lee loaders. When I bought that old pickup truck full of stuff, those were in there. Where the heck are they?
Yeah, I'm watching it, Patriot Paul, but I have closed caption for some bullshit reason.
So go ahead. Sorry. Okay. For my birthday, I tried to order a bunch of little shit out of Midway, and then I ordered one higher end thing. The who makes it now? A different type of. What was it? Lyman? I'm not sure. A primer tool, the dust mounted tool, and I had all the stuff in my cart. Not one of them was discounted. They said none of them were eligible for discount. I said, you got to be kidding me.
Really?
I said, you got to be kidding me. So I took everything off the list except a few things that I wanted or needed. Let's put it that way. I mean, it was like a $300 order. I didn't get nothing off of it other than free shipping.
Gotta go to Shield.
I called them on it, and I said, "Go look at my cart. I'm ready to pull the trigger, but you're not giving me anything for my birthday." That says all the items you picked are not birthday eligible. Great.
Oh, that sucks.
I didn't realize they'd started that.
And then the tool, or I forget who, AccuPrime, the new one. They have two different models, and Midway listed for $229 on sale for $189. It's $160 everywhere. I said, you guys are out of your minds. So I didn't buy that. Not that I needed it. I was just something else,
They don't match price anymore.
No, I had the Lee desktop priming. It's $40 now, and mine broke at one point. Inside, it's hot metal, I guess, and to stop, there's these two little ridges, and after loading about 40,000 primers on it, the ridges wore down. You could press the primer in so hard you could squash it.
I had one of those Lee primers, and they switched over to that clear plastic that absolutely worked great till it didn't. About 100, 200 primers in, that plastic would break. And the replacement part they sent me, same thing.
I never had that problem. I mean, my first one, I probably got about 6,000 primers out of it, and and they sent me a new one. It was the same exact thing, and then about 2 months later, they came out with a revised version.
And I've never replaced it.
I haven't had any problems with it. So, but, I love that thing. It worked great for me. And like I said, when I had the problem, I emailed them pictures and stuff. No problem. We'll put a new one in the mail to you tomorrow. They just sent the body. They didn't send the whole thing. They just sent the bodies.
With that bench primer or whatever they called it, You know, they're like, we'll send you the gut stud again. And they did. They did it twice. And then, yeah, they came out with a replacement that, yeah, was aluminum or pot metal or something like that.
But
That's back when I lived in Northwest Arkansas.
yeah, I sent them a whole bunch of pictures with the thing circled, showed them the points, and they said it's a wear point. Okay, it's to stop. It's going to get worn because it's metal to metal. It's not a very rigid. It's not a very thick piece. It's a very thin piece. If it, it's pot metal, you could change the mold because you just have to modify it. You can make that thicker. Have the stop in the same place. Just make it.
Right.
They said that's a great idea. They answered me back, great idea. We'll look into it. Blah blah blah. Meanwhile, we'll send you the new ones, and everything was cool. And I don't think they did anything because I never heard back from them about anything else. But they knew who I was from my videos of all the APPs and ACP and
Oh yeah.
From back in the day. They knew me and Julio. They knew both of us. We were constantly making videos.
I use that APP for straight wall resizing and depriming almost exclusively. Well, and bullet sizing, some of the smaller bullet 357s and 38s is great.
Oh, 44s in it, no problem.
Bullet sizing, I'm always pulling that out for that. Let's see, we have 6-shooter Texans here, and Gunswatter is still here. No, Gunswatter is now here. All right.
Yeah, Jack, the APP deluxe thing they did, I bought that. They sold the kit to upgrade. Yeah, that thing sucks. Okay, I used ACP, and that thing primes primed well. But you know what? I bought the bench primer, so I didn't have to deal with it. But my problem with that was the slide where the primers came down. They sent me a new version 3 times. The primers wouldn't slide, so I made a thing with a weight on the end of it to kind of push the primers down, and I had no problems with it. But other than that, it worked great for that because just as fast as you could pull the handle down, you primed. I mean, if you wanted to go nuts.
Right.
Yeah, 6-shooter Texan put a spring on his RCBS one. To keep it retracting.
Yeah. Well, the new ones I think have a spring. But that AccuPrime looks really nice. There's 2 versions. The cheap version for like $79, and then the other version, which is you can adjust the primer depths and all that stuff. And it's a whole different thing because one is one primer at a time, and the AccuPrime Pro comes with tubes. That's what's set up, and it's definitely different, but not for the price. Not worth $180 to me. I mean, if I would have got the discount, if I would have got my birthday discount, I would have bought it. But
right.
Hey, that's cool, Garage Guy. Those classes are long, but it's nice for all the states. So that's really good. I was dreading having to get the Utah permit, but then they killed the carry permit law, so you can carry without a permit unless you travel. That's where the Utah comes in. Yeah, I think it's a long class though. Geez, you got to sit through everything, cleaning guns, everything. It's like, what the?
Yeah,
what
well,
they got to make up the hours somehow.
Gosh, they make you go through hoops. But I almost had to do it if I was carrying around here. My Washington expired, and it counts here, and I'm dreading it. Same with my son, and he's like, son of a bitch. And then boom, they just said, no, you don't need a permit now. And we're like, okay, that's good unless you travel. So, yeah.
Yeah, I can carry in Missouri, but I can't carry in Arkansas because I have a Missouri driver's license.
Yeah, they need one big law that will first get rid of the suppressor registration and all that. But one big law they have to do is you can carry anywhere. You don't need a permit. If you're a law-abiding citizen, put it on the driver's license. I don't care.
Right.
Put a little stamp like your motorcycle endorsement. Boom, you carry guy. Bam.
It's legal in Missouri to carry. You just got to tell the cop you're carrying. It's we're one of the states where you got to tell them, look, I'm packing.
Back in the day when I first got my pistol permit, New York was you could carry, and the same thing though. If you got stopped, you let the cop know you had a firearm.
All right, garage guy doesn't have to take the class. Oh, there's hours off your life. Way to go. That's awesome. Now you can carry in how many states? 40, 30 something?
39, I think it is.
39? Yeah. There you go.
Yeah, I didn't speed driving across Illinois for 120 miles. I drove 5 over. Set cruise go. Because Indiana and Ohio, you don't have to worry about it.
I know. I hate that. Everyone should be able to carry.
Yeah. Well, that's not true because, to me, if I wanted to go hunting, okay, I have to actually the way the route goes is I'm going to go through New Jersey for about 15 miles. So, that became, it was okay if I had the gun in a case, bullets separate, the magazine separate. That was okay. And then once I got back upstate and during hunting, I carried my gun all the time. They used to laugh at me because I have the heavy jacket on. I'm a small guy. I walk into, whatever, and I'm up moving my jacket around, and I had 8-inch with a scope on it, shoulder holster. My damn Western. That was funny as hell. They couldn't tell because I had the heavy hunting jacket on, but if I opened up the jacket, they're going to sit down and eat or something. It was like, people were staring. What the hell is this guy got on?
We were hog hunting in Texas, and one of our buddies carries a Red Hawk on his hip. And we walk into a convenience store, and there's 2 state troopers in there. And he just goes, "Oh crap!" He didn't know what to expect, and we're checking out. One of the troopers goes, "Nice." I like Red Hawks.
There you go. I like that cop.
Yeah. Same thing when we hunted upstate New York, we could go down into town or, go to eat or something. The cops were there. They didn't care. It was nice back in the day.
I walked into the post office, our little post office, and you're not supposed to carry in your. He had a gun on his side in the post office. Just a regular guy. No one.
In Utah, you got to worry about some tranny coming in and shooting you. I saw where they sentenced that kid that killed his parents. In Utah.
Yeah, going on. Okay.
Because they didn't agree with him transitioning. So he stabbed both his parents or whatever it was. Told the judge he didn't regret it.
Yeah, the press doesn't talk about that much, but it's a mental illness going on when it comes to that stuff. So
I don't understand. I mean, I'm trying to figure out how can they're labeling it, these trans people, something's wrong with them because they're killing people. That's something about it doesn't make a lot of sense.
Indoctrination is what it is.
It's an identity problem. They're not comfortable in their own skin and they go wacko.
I don't know.
And it's everybody else's fault.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. This local Walmart has a sign saying not to open carry. Huh. Yeah, no one thinks twice around here. We got cowboy guns sitting on their side. We got rifle racks in the windows. I'm like, dude, you're going to get your car broken into. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
I can remember half the trucks in my high school
Yeah.
parking lot had gun racks in the window with a 22 and a 12 gauge.
And yeah, no one thought twice. There was no school shootings.
Their windows were rolled down.
We used to have the high school I went to had a range inside. We had an actual shooting club. That's 16 years old, and you go down and shoot in the range. Their rifles, though. They didn't want you bringing one into school.
And they just say it's an infringement on being able to carry in a post office. It kind of is, because what is a post office? Is it really government? Because they act like they're independent. And
It's a private company owned by the government.
Yeah. So what the hell? You're a private company. It should be like walking into Home Depot.
But the government owns it.
And that's why it sucks, and it's overpriced, and half your mail, and
I don't know much news you see out there about us. We have our main train system is on strike. They went on strike midnight last night. And we're talking 250,000 people going from Long Island to New York City to get to work. Have no transportation. So the roads are going to be Monday morning. The roads are going to be a fucking nightmare. One, because there's going to be a lot of cars. Two, because these assholes don't drive. You know what I mean? They don't drive every day. So they're like, like the first time it snows.
I can't stand getting on interstates on the weekend because the people that don't drive normally are out on the weekends. It is like, geez, get out of the left line.
Traffic is going to be a disaster on Long Island. Where I work, the train station is Ronkonkoma. It's one of the biggest stations on Long Island, and that's totally shut down. So I don't know how these people are going to get to work.
So it's the subway people are on strike?
They go up the Long Island Railroad, above ground trains, actual trains. They go into Penn Station. They go in Jamaica. Jamaica is this last stop. That after that, it goes in the tunnel for whatever distance it is, 20 miles. So it's going to be a nightmare. And our great Governor Hochul, that she did not make any effort at all to help control what was going to happen.
Yeah, garage guy, my truck has rifle racks behind the seat. So, it's a fold down bench seat. And that way you don't see them in the window. And the original owner I bought it from had them in there. It's kind of nice because you can't see. You got rifles in the truck, And if you're getting out anyway, you can just open the door, get out of the truck, flip the seat, bam, you got a rifle. All right, Patriot Paul DeSantos, the old veteran. I'm rooting for him, but he's older than dirt. We'll see what happens. Yeah. So I'm glad.
My magic is I'm going to bed.
Oh, it's bedtime.
9:30. Like clockwork. I'm up late during the week. I go to bed at 9.
All right, get shooting in next week, Andy. Get out.
I don't know. I wish I could go tomorrow. We're going to have the weather for it. It's going to be like 75 degrees and 8 to 10 mile an hour wind. It'd be a
Yeah.
perfect day tomorrow, but I can't get out. So
Gee.
yeah, I know, but it's all right. I got a lot of other work to do. You know, all my plants that have been growing down in the basement, I have to transfer them to bigger pots for another few weeks and then plant them outside. So anyway, everybody have a great weekend. Have a good week. Let's catch you next time.
Good night,
Okay.
Andy.
Take care, Andy. Let's see. He
It's like
said,
Leslie's on the way.
what's that?
It's like Kyle's on the way.
Yeah,
Is he in
we
the
have Kyle is here, and Heisei is here, and Papa's Place 2 is here. Papa's Place. He's got a 2, so did you get deleted, or is it just, I don't get that. Here. I don't know. When you get a 2, that means you got deleted. I don't know. I don't remember the 2, Papa's Place. Hobbies is here. Hey, Hobbies. People are jumping in now. Oh. All right. Patriot Paulie's getting hit. Not good. Get him to the ground. Come on. Anyway. Oh, you got deleted, so it's a 2. Yeah. You know what's funny is I was looking to find a video for somebody, and I noticed that Uncle Jim 2, it says, has been on YouTube for 10 years. And no, I've been on YouTube for 10 years, but I had that site account for 10 years and didn't use it. You know what I mean? It was
Right.
like a emergency handle, and then changed the name to Uncle Jim 2. I forget what the name originally was. Anyway, it says I've been there for 10 years, but I've only been doing videos on there for 3 or 4 years. Anyway, it's kind of funny. It's like, yeah. Let's see. Oh, how do I pronounce this?
Newer
Okay.
Ham Radio Elmer.
Elmer is here. I'll just do it that way. How's it going, Elmer?
Newer Ham Radio Elmer.
Love is GT40, one of 27. Wow. And Hisa, how you doing? Heisei. Mm-hmm. I like Hisa, but I'll say Heisei. What? Wait a minute. Why does he have? Okay, never mind. Weird.
What is that, a sock on Guns Waters picture? It looks like a sock.
Oh, man. He got knocked out. He's just too old. Why didn't he try and wrestle? All right. There's one down that I wanted. Mm-hmm. Yeah, a foof. He got knocked out. Damn it. Oh, well. Yeah, I know. And he's such a good guy, too. He's such a good guy. Too bad. At least Strickland won and beat the monster last week. I'm still celebrating on that.
Jim, Kyle saying check your text message.
I didn't get a text.
Are you in the background, Kyle?
I didn't get a text from Kyle. Got the phone right here. I bet it's another guitar. Memorial Day coming up. Yeah. Now I got a text. What? Oh, he's barbecuing, lounge chairing. He's got a fire extinguisher. Uh-oh, he had a flame incident at the house. Uh-oh. It looks like a burnt extension cord.
Oh, send it to me, Kyle. Oh,
See that?
we
Holy crap, that scares the hell out of me because we got so much stuff that could burn here.
well, I was up in Canton. It's a sad story. We got a call. A lady was selling her house, and in the final inspection said she had some water in her crawl space. So she daisy chained a bunch of lamp cords together, got under there with a shop vac. They buried her Friday, electrocuted her, got under there with a shop vac. And she had daisy chained lamp style extension cords together.
Well, I'll tell you what, I mopped the basement floors down here after cleaning and vacuuming. And here I am with the wet mop, and I'm bashing into all these extension cords and outlets, and my feet are wet. Okay, I'm in socks on a wet floor, and I'm thinking to myself, maybe this isn't a good idea.
How good are my GFCIs if I have if you got a ground wire connected?
Yeah.
She electrocuted herself under her house.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I thought about that mopping. I should have picked up cords and crap, stuff.
Put some rubber sole shoes on.
Yeah, but I'm still standing in water. Yeah, I know. Living on the edge. They find me on the floor like this.
So we did the job pro bono. Basically, we just had to dry out the crawl space. So the family was in shock.
It's kind of amazing she was in a crawl space, though.
There were just some water standing in the crawl space, and she got under there with a shop vac and didn't have legitimate extension cords, and just daisy chain lamp cords together. Nothing's grounded. Nothing's GFCI'd with those two prong cords.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of the house is ground fault, but I don't know about the basement.
She probably touched a pipe or an air duct or something like that and closed the circuit and whammo. That would be my guess.
That's too bad. So, Kyle, I hope there's not too much damage.
Ugh.
I always worry about that. I'm not an electricity fan at all. So
I'm not scared of it, but I respect it.
Yeah, I definitely respect it. It's like the kid touching fire, you respect it after you've been shocked once or twice or 8 times. Yeah. I wish you told me that before I was mopping. I had plugged in all kinds of stuff that could, you're bumping against. And
I don't know the details. I was up in Ohio when they called and told me what they were doing. They were going to do a job pro bono. I mean, all we did was go under there and with a pump, that was grounded and suck the water out. And then we used the desiccant dehumidifiers to dry it out.
Kyle will send you some pics, it looks like.
There you go. Cowboy grill.
And Kyle, I wouldn't reuse that extension cord ever.
Just a little electrical tape. That'll be good.
Yeah, I wouldn't try that cord again. I use a heavy duty one for the
It burned at the plug.
yeah.
That or the fire got out and got it. Yeah. Something doesn't smell right.
Well, as a matter of fact, I was using that roll crimper for the first time, and I plugged in my favorite little tiny drill press. They were all under the bench, and something must have got in the motor. There's a lot of grinding and crap going on, and they're below the bench. And I'm like, yeah, I want to use this one. We had two little ones, and so we plug in the Craftsman, and poof, the motor just goes poof, sparks, and the GFI went off in the garage where I powder coat. Same plug-in as powder coat. And so I had to go to another drill motor, and so we got to take that motor off and see what happened there.
Bushing wore and it touched. Yeah.
No, I think something got stuck in it because it's sitting below fabrication. So all kinds of crap,
Yeah. Little brass shaving. That's all it takes. Yeah.
I know, yeah. So, and I'm like, son of a bitch! I just want to do a video on this crimp roller thing. Another job delay. So
15,000 volts. Ooh, must have been low amps.
ultrasonic parts cleaner.
Yeah.
Gee,
Pretty pays, I bet.
jeez.
I tell you what hurts is DC. AC will tangle you. DC freaking hurts. 12 volt or good old spark plug wire. You'll light your ass up.
Yep. I've had the spark plugs get me a few times, and once a welder. Don't want to do that again.
I remember shop class. I was like junior high. They were somebody from the ag group was welding on one of the school's bush hogs, and they'd taken one of those school chairs out there, the four-legged plastic bucket seats.
Yeah.
And he's welding away stick welding away on that. And all of a sudden he jumps up. He had gotten it through the ass on one of those rivets.
Oh, it's funny. Gunswater felt a 480 pulse. All right, who's out there? We got 18 lurking, and it'll be a short chat.
We were blitzing a house trying to get done. This is back in our remodeling days, and one of our guys was changing outlets out. They were going from brown to white or something like that, and he was being stupid and didn't hit the breaker. And I'm rolling on the opposite wall, and all of a sudden a screwdriver stuck about a foot away from my head, where it popped him, and he did that. And I mean, it yard darted right into the sheetrock. And I'm like, I'll let you fix that.
West Covina Dodge is here. Hey, Pat.
There's Pat.
Oh man, I hope that went good. Hmm. I hope Penny's doing okay.
She'll be glad she did. She'll be out shooting you before you know it.
Yep. My wife had it in both hands. Bad. Finally got rid of it. Yeah. Actually, what worked really well was maybe Ozark knows the injections. It's all good. Okay.
Oh, I don't know. The one of my trim guys had it real bad, and they went in, they wallered out that bone. You know where the nerve gets inflamed.
Yeah. Well, my wife went through everything, and she sews, so you got to use your hands. And this went on for years and years, and it got worse and worse and better and worse. And they tried everything, and then she found there's a method where they suck out, they do an injection, they suck out, and then they do something and put it back in. And now her hands are fine. And now she's old, you know, and her hands are fine. And she had the worst carpal tunnel ever.
Oh, you got the donut ring, James?
I'm trying to get carbon out of my. Oh,
Just get your reamer. That's the best thing I can tell you to do.
oh, sorry, Gunswater. Sorry about that.
Hey guys,
There he is. Yeah, James, just get you a reamer and do it by hand. And
But 6-shooter Texan, I'll ask my wife what they call that procedure. Son of a bitch, it works. It takes a little while, but there's
is that where they do stem cells, Jim, and inject it back in, and it regrows the cartilage?
yeah, but it's your own stuff. It's
Yeah.
I want to call it something that starts with a C. I can
collagen.
yell at her and ask her right now, but 6-shooter Texan, if there's any more problems, I'll tell you what that procedure is. And that was
One of
the
the
only.
guys. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say that's the only thing that fixed it. After all these years.
One of the guys at work had his knees destroyed, and he went because it's near Philly. He went to one of the hospitals that does for sports for football players, and he couldn't. He was like bedridden for 6 months while they took the cartilage out and they regrew it and put it back in. And it's like it never happened. It sounds fantastic.
Yeah.
My
Well,
sister had a benign tumor in a vertebrae in her neck, and they sucked it out, and then they filled it full of the shark cartilage, and regular bone grew right back in. So
from sharks.
yeah, it was cartilage from sharks, and they filled it up just like you would with a caulk gun or cement or whatever filled that void. And,
Yeah.
and she said, CAT scans now. She says it's a little bit darker, right, or brighter white, whatever in the CAT scan and the X-ray, but it's bone now.
Wow.
So the stuff
It's amazing what they can do.
Yeah, they're coming up with some good shit.
Yeah,
And-
with powder on her wound.
I think this was 7-10 years ago when they fixed her hands. And if you sew and do quilts, you can't use your hands.
Mhm.
So, I'll find out. I tell you what. If 6-shooter Texan, hang on for a second. I'll go upstairs and I'll ask her what that's called.
Ugh.
But after all the stuff she went through, tried everything, that fixed it. Now she's got other problems.
I'm going to the chiropractor this week to get a crick out of my neck I've had for sleeping in hotel rooms. It will not pop, so I'm like, all right, it's time. I don't do a
sucks.
chiropractor much, but whenever my neck's out of joint like that, when they crack it, your eyes just water. It's just like you're crying like a baby.
It sucks not having your own pillow. That's the worst. I used one the other night that was way too, big, and the back of my neck is just killing me.
Well, we stayed at a B&B for my son's wedding, and they had those massively thick pillows, and I have had a crick in my neck ever since.
Yep.
Turn go to the left. Oh no. So I called the chiropractor last Thursday. She's like, "Well, I've got an opening. It's 30 minutes from now." I'm like, "Well, but you're 45 minutes away." So, anyways, I'll be going this week.
All right.
She used to throw shot put for the Razorback, so she's got plenty of oomph behind her back cracks.
Yeah, if you shot put. Wow.
She was a shot putter. She's still one of the team doctors on the track
Holy
team.
That neck cracking is some scary stuff.
The neck pain is no fun either.
Yeah, I used to get it, and for some reason, I haven't had it for many years, and I'm grateful.
Well, she's one of these chiropractors that says, if I can't fix you in 2 or 3 sessions, you need somebody besides a chiropractor. Because these people that go week after week after week after week, they're, I'm like, they got you on the sales plan.
Well, once your body wears a certain way and your bones are misaligned, what I don't understand is how getting them in alignment, they're going to stay and not migrate back to where they want to be.
I got to do this about every 3-4 years. First time I did it was back in a 4-wheeler off a truck, and one of the ramps slipped off the tailgate, and I was an idiot. I was sitting on it and doing it, but that's the first time I got it like that, and it feels the same way. I can turn to the right, no problem, but to the left, oh, forget about it. I can go.
It's a pain in the ass when you're driving.
Yeah. Sleeping, sitting on the couch, anytime. Yeah. I woke up this morning and got straight in the hot tub with a cup of coffee. I'm like, well, maybe this will help.
I had a job at one point where I moved 55-gallon drums around once in a while, and without fail, 3 days after moving a drum, I'd get the lower back spasms.
What gets me is if I'm standing over a workbench or a work table or a counter, that's just because I'm 6'2", and a regular height kitchen counter is just a hair too low for me. Boy, after a while, my back starts seizing up on me. So the last house that I built, we built our kitchen cabinets 4 inches higher, or did the island 4 inches higher. My mother complained and carried on. This is the dumbest thing I ever. Why would you want to do that? And then she was like, "Man, loading your dishwasher's easy." Well, it's 4 inches higher, Mom. It's not sitting down on the floor. Same way with the sink or whatever. But I would do all my prep on that island.
Yeah, when your back hurts, you can't do much. I mean, every part of your body, you move somehow is affecting your back.
Oh, looks like we got the trolls in the house.
Were they at least funny?
No, just kids.
I can understand trolls, but at least try and be amusing,
Right.
Low effort troll. Now, I imagine working in crawl spaces too isn't too good on the knees and the back.
No, that's young man's work.
Did Kyle say if he had much damage from that electrical fire?
No, just the cord was the
Friend of mine had that happen. He had a lamp on an end table by the bed, and the cord went down between the end table and the wall. And after a lot of years, it shorted out there, and he had a lot of smoke damage in that room.
Okay. All right. 6-year Texan, I'm back. She had carpal tunnel surgery done, but that didn't work. And it's called prolotherapy. So they take blood from your elbow or your arm, and they take the platelets out, inject them back, and then they have to dissipate. And I remember when it was done, and we were thinking, geez, another thing that doesn't work. But it takes time for that to happen. And then all of a sudden, boom. And she said it was the best. It was the only thing that worked with longevity. And so, and she wrote me a little sticky note. That's the best I can do. So, yeah. Anyway, she said that was the best thing she ever done. And, you know.
No, I'm glad you found something that worked.
Yeah. We have a lot of people that tried to come on right now, but they blinked off. Come on here. You know what's going on. So, and we have a lot of new people in the side chat, so that probably has something to do with it.
We got a troll gang that hit us.
Yeah. So, 6-shooter Texan, if it gets worse and happens again over the years, try prolotherapy. And, it's just injections, so it's pretty easy. And way better than surgery, because she went through that and it was fine for a little bit. Didn't take. But finally, it worked. This stuff. So
I had that carpal tunnel on both sides, many years between, but stopped my fingers from falling asleep.
Yeah, we got a lot of trolls on the side, or new people. I'm not going to. I won't call them trolls.
Some of them.
Yeah, I don't want to bum rap them if they're a real deal or trolls. So I won't call them trolls.
I wish I owned that car behind me. I'd be a whole lot better off than I am.
Yeah, especially a royal purple.
Yeah, plum crazy purple, 72 convertible. Yeah.
I watched a video where someone pulled one of those out of a garage, sitting forever. Convertible royal purple or plum crazy purple.
We got one that runs around Northwest Arkansas. It's not a convertible, but it's that plum crazy. It's the 6-pack though. It's not the shaker.
The car I really liked was back in the 70s, the Stingray. That was a beautiful body style.
The Corvette.
Yeah.
I like the early.
Yeah, the old Corvette Stingray.
The split window, the little one.
Yeah.
C2 or whatever it is. Yeah.
All right, what's going on in the side chat here? We get hit again. Pistol grip, 4-speed Hemi. Yeah.
Yeah, the 63 split window, absolutely.
But they didn't handle like a sports car. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? They're good looking. but handling wise, especially today, geez.
I don't remember the year, 71 or 72, the Mercury Cougar that had the front fender flares like a Stingray. That's they only did it for a year or two. That's a badass looking car.
I thought the Cougar was always nice looking. It's basically a Mustang with the
Mm-hmm.
body. Same same dash, same windows.
They just changed the fenders in the hood and the rear, just the rear clip.
Cougars were always cool. I'm 2 seconds away. Hang on, I'm 2 seconds away. I'm gonna grab a Cougar right now.
Hope she doesn't slap you. Jump on here, Pat. Especially if you're in Vegas, you got easy connection there.
Uncle Jim's always 5 seconds away.
Yeah.
There you go.
Wow. There's an ornament. I don't know, they came off of a big Cougar. They got bigger and bigger. So that's the hood ornament. And of course, I can't do it with this background.
Was it a Plymouth that did the Tweety Bird, or I know they did the Roadrunner, but wasn't there another one? They did all kinds of crazy stuff.
Super B, Roadrunner.
Had the meat.
I had one Plymouth, the Valiant 65.
Oh, Pat's in trouble.
Oh. I'm having a hard time catching up to the side chat now.
I don't know what Kyle's doing.
I'm still in the doghouse. Oh, geez. You need a covert location, Pat, to get on the side chat. You need a covert location. Just take a laptop out to the porch or something.
Yeah. I remember when we used to go cast on the porch during the chat.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was cooking food over the pot.
Hotel Riviera.
Yeah, the Rubies were always good looking cars.
Yeah. Roadrunners, yeah. Saw a Roadrunner yesterday. Wow. Yeah, you don't see those much anymore on the road. Gold Duster. Yeah. The Dusters, the Darts. Yeah.
Here's Dave.
Let's see. Thursdax is here.
Dave, I'm going to be back in Seattle in June of 27. We're jumping on a cruise ship going to Alaska. Big family reunion, like 37 of us.
Wow.
That's the way to do it, though, if you got 37 people.
Yeah, for every 6 rooms, we get a free day. So, as a group.
Just
that Alaska cruise is beautiful. I've never been on it, but I've seen the pictures.
Yeah, this is a Norwegian. I've never actually been on a cruise. They've never really appealed to me too much, but doing the family reunion thing, that'll be cool. So Twine's family was like, we need to do something besides meet at funerals and at Christmas. So they're doing a family reunion.
It's a good idea.
One advice is, because I worked on cruise ships in Barbados, on the islands there. Don't drink the water out of the tap. Okay, drink bottled water. Don't drink their juice that they make from the tank water that's in the ships. Believe me, I've been in those tanks. You don't want to drink the water.
Took a piss or two in them, but
well, we had to use a special kind of epoxy. Luckily, I wasn't, we gave that to you have certain people in the crew, you give them the Groidberg, the bad stuff.
Yeah.
Anyway, but I was in there inspecting them, and yeah, it was bad.
The unlimited drink package is $20 a day, and Twine and I both. If one of you do it, both of you have to do it. I'm like, they say the average cocktail is $15. I mean that's a no-brainer.
Yeah, when we were working on them, drinks were 25 cents because we were working there.
25 cents.
Oh,
I told the story when I went down with the captains and the crew and found their bar. They have a bar in down below in the ship, their own officers' bar. And I stumbled in there, and they were teaching me Holland language and shit. And I'm buying them drinks, they're buying them back, and we got so shit faced. It was so funny. That was some of the best times were with that crew. The navigator was down there, the captain. Who else? Just a whole bunch of the crew were down there. And they started teaching me Holland language or some crap. I don't know. It was funnier. It was fun, but it's down below, like past where they cook the food and everything. And you go down even further, and they had their own little bar, captain's bar, whatever.
Well, they gotta have a place to chill too.
Yeah. Those were good times in the Bahamas. That was good times. That was good times.
I've been watching your chats for a lot of years, Jim. That's the first time I ever heard that story.
Oh, I'm sure I told that story before.
That's a new one on me.
What was it? Holland America? What's the big cruise ship line?
Holland America. Yeah, that's one of them.
And they're all Scandinavian. And I don't know how I ended up down there because, we were up above in the other bars, but I guess I was just roaming around and I stumbled in and they're like, who's this guy? And I was like, oh, I'm just working here. And, let me buy you a beer. Some guy sitting next to me with a full officer shirt. And I'm like, hey, I'll buy you a beer, and they were having, I think they were drinking Grolsch or Heineken, one of those.
Gross.
And so I started, okay, buy you guys a beer, thanks for letting me in here. Man, we were plastered. I had so many, they were just lining up beers right and left.
One of the Scandinavian cruise lines doesn't have kids and doesn't have casinos and
the last one I did had one-armed bandits. They had a little casino down there. That was fun. I think that was on the way back. Anyway, we just got paid per diem, time and material.
Mm-hmm.
And once you were off work, it was party all day long. It was just pure party. Yeah.
That was the class I just took this past week up in Ohio, was for large loss, time and materials. Special software you got to use when you're doing big jobs like that.
We were painting their pianos. You got these big ass beautiful pianos, and you had to do a high lacquer finish. They have their own paint crews for touching up their ships and stuff, but we had to go in for that kind of stuff. So we're doing pianos, all kinds of weird shit.
Y'all were spraying lacquer with people on the boat?
Well, no, you shut off the room and visit. Right. You visit down so they don't breathe it. You got fans, but we would do all their ornate stuff, including pianos.
Wow.
Lacquer takes my breath away. Whew.
But the worst part is when you're dry docked and they shut the toilets down. It's bad. Because you got to go. And, there were some stinky rooms in there.
People peeing in the sinks. Yeah.
Just find a room. You find a room and do what you got to do. Put a bag in a bucket?
Yeah,
but
or put a bag in the toilet. Yeah.
Yeah, when they're dry docked, it's nasty. It's it's not as fun as when everyone's on the ship, because when everyone's on the ship, it is so fun because they have like concerts on the top deck, and you're going by all these islands with native huts and stuff on them. You're just cruising along, you're thinking, this is awesome,
Cool.
and they let us mingle, once we were off, once it was past 5 o'clock or whatever.
How long did you do that?
I was sent down twice. I was down there twice, and we would stay there for a month, doing different, they had different ships we'd get on and come off, and, whoever's ready. Dry dock sucked, but other than that, with all the people on there, it was fun because everyone's happy. They're just having a good time. And, we'd have sections closed off that we did. But once we took our suits off and put our shorts on and regular, clothes like this, we're just one of them. Yeah. Everyone was happy. It was so fun. Just don't drink the water out of their tank. Yeah. And I swear, throwing garbage off the deck at night. I swear, but I'm not going to confirm. I'm surprised you don't remember that story. Anyway,
I heard you being on paint crew on a cruise ship.
No. Yeah, we just did the stuff their guys couldn't do.
Yeah, the high pressure rigs and stuff you're running.
It sucked while you were working, but it was fun when you were off work. Let's see. I'm trying to quote her one.
Yeah, I don't think you talk too much about that particular job.
No, the crew, the guys on the crew were hilarious, especially when you're drinking in the bar and they have their time off. They got another guy driving the ship, whatever. They are hilarious. Those Scandinavian dudes are hilarious. I'm surprised they didn't kick me out. They should have said, "Get the hell out of here." That's a officer.
Jimmy and I'm gonna have to go help Klein get out of the wheelchair and get into bed. Okay. So I will say good night. It's good to see everybody. It's been too long.
It's good to see you, Ozark.
Yeah.
All right. Let me go get her taken care of, and I'll see you guys later.
All right. Give Twine a hug for me.
Will do. All right. Good night, everybody.
All right. Take care.
Good night. And then there were two.
Yeah. So how you been doing, Gunswatter?
Yeah, pretty good. Getting by. Did I tell you my mom fell? She got out of the last week.
Yeah.
Yeah, she got home for Mother's Day. She got home the day before Mother's Day. And she's, taking it easy now. She's doing pretty good for going down the cellar step.
So all right. That's good to hear.
Yeah, she got her staples out yesterday. They had 4 staples in her head. And, they took them out yesterday.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah.
Tin Man is here. Tin Man reloading? What?
I think I saw that last week with the reloading added to it.
I like Tin Man's videos. He doesn't do much of them, but I just like the way he's casual about everything. And, you know, anyway, I like his videos.
I like his new reloading area.
Yep.
That is nice. And everything's spotless. Mine's got shit everywhere.
Mhm.
I got shot still on the floor, rolling around somewhere, and spent primers that overflowed.
Holy shit. Why is there 126 people in the chat? That's got to be a miss thing. It's got to be a StreamYard weird thing.
You went viral with the cruise ship story.
No, it should have been the Chicago story. I don't know. Why is there 126 here? I'm just a little guy. Anyway, who are these 26? Probably all trolls just ready to pounce and do,
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, that's weird. I didn't notice it until you guys mentioned it. I can see it up in the corner here. Probably Meg. Oh, that's hilarious. Oh, a good one, Pat. Pat's, this is why Pat needs to get out on the balcony with his laptop and get on these damn chats. Cat.
Hey, not to throw it all political and everything, but I've been seeing a couple videos on the tube. It looks like there's going to be some arrest. It looks like there's movement on some of the crap that has been going on.
On what now?
Well, like Comey with his 86, 45 or whatever, 47.
I wish they would. I wish they'd do something. They all get away with it, though.
Well, it actually looks like they're making moves, and that was it Chavez, that guy they took out of Venezuela. I think he's the key to it all because those Dominions are from there. That's where they made them, and I would put money on that was a CIA operation that with the technology to do that to change elections.
Huh.
Yeah.
There's a lot going on. There's some prosecutors that are hiding right now that tried to pull some shit. There's so much going on. It's hard to keep track of stuff. Today was also there was a raid on what's her name's from the CIA for the JFK files and what was the other files, and they took out of her office because they don't want the public to know.
Yeah, there's a lot of crap going on, but I don't know. I after all these years, when I gave up on thinking anybody'd be arrested, I'm now thinking that we're going to see some stuff happening in the near future.
Oops, I tried to tag it, but old one guy is here. Good to see you, old one guy. Yeah. MK Ultra. Yes, it was MK Ultra and the JFK files, which kind of go together almost if you think about it. And boom, I guess they took some files away from her. They don't want the public to know. I think the CIA needs to be downsized or a new management. Let's call it that way.
Yeah. Things have been out of hand for as long as I've been alive.
Oh, the government is so rogue. Even if you're the president or whatever, you have no idea what's going on. It's so deep and it's so rogue. It's disgusting. So,
Yeah, hopefully we're going to see some changes made. I mean, if we don't, the country's lost. So hopefully it's not.
They need someone else in charge of the CIA, but the CIA has always been the way they've been. I don't know. I try not to think about that stuff. It's depressing.
Well, if something gets done, it won't be depressing. It'll be it's about time.
Yeah. Now this 124, 126 on the chat here, that's got to be a fluke. It dropped to 124 now. Now I'm watching it. But no, there's no reason for it. It's not like anything I've done on YouTube has changed anything. So it's a fluke tonight. It's probably a StreamYard thing. I don't know. Anyway, interesting. It's fun. Something different.
Maybe YouTube's finally promoting you.
Oh, they never will. They hate me like a passion.
You could get big and start selling coffee.
My last video that I posted, not only did it say copyright, it wouldn't do anything. So,
wow.
Usually they'll tag you for the music and just you can't hear sound and your video works. No, I got this big, sign with the cross through it, and it said no, bad no.
Did they?
And nothing could. It's uploaded. It was on my thing, but it wouldn't go public, and they wouldn't let me do anything on that one. That was the last video, and I spent a couple hours editing that thing. I was pissed.
Well, they'll never tell you exactly what it is.
Oh, they told me exactly what it was. It was Johnny Cash copyright. And it was part from the movie and the sound.
What was the song?
Well, do you guys remember the Johnny Cash movie? What's the guy with the cleft lip that's a good actor?
Joaquin or something like that? Or
the guy that played in Gladiator, the leader in Gladiator, and anyway, he played Johnny Cash. He did a good job, even though he's shorter. So what? I'm in. Nothing happens. Okay. So anyway, what the video was about? Is it Russell Crowe? The guy that has the lip. He was the.
Was it? I keep thinking Joaquin Phoenix or something like that.
No, he's a good actor. He's been in a lot of shit. Come on, Jag should know by now.
But that was a good movie.
Anyway, so I did a segment on a Johnny Cash movie, and it was my favorite scene. He wants to get into the studio, right? For the first time, Johnny Cash. And he's got his two guys with him, guitarist, bass player. And he finally gets into the studio, and so the guy's like, okay, play me something. And they play a little gospel thing, and he's like, you got anything else? And Cash is like, you don't like God? He's like, no. He goes, you don't believe in God? And he says, no, I don't believe in you. Because that's the same song. Same song. Everyone does. Da, da, da. And I was doing this video about videos. When you do videos, you're doing the same thing. Everyone does. Everyone's heard that song before. If you had one song you had to sing when you're dying in a ditch, remember that scene? And you only had one song. Tell me that's the song you do. And then he did the train song. You know, I hear my train a coming. Yeah,
Folsom?
yeah, Folsom. And then the guy's like looking at him like, okay, that has it. Yeah. So anyway, I was trying to do a video on that, on when you're making videos, be yourself, do your own thing, be unique. And they, man, I edited, I had stuff in there, I edited, oh God. And this was late at night, and I get up in the morning, it said, no, it's tagged, you can't upload it. So I uploaded it, but you can't publicize it. So they have a really strong hold on Johnny Cash in that movie. Anyway, it's my favorite scenes ever.
My brother's favorite was One Piece at a Time.
No, he goes, you got something against God? The guy says no, and he goes, you guys can see the scene. He goes, well, you got anything against the Air Force? And the guy goes, no. And he goes, well, I do. Johnny Cash goes, well, I do. And then he starts playing the song, and the two guys with him are acting like, what the hell is this? But I'm pretty sure they played that with Cash before. So they did that for the movie. But he's looking at him like, you know, just follow. Yeah. Anyway. You guys should all see that scene. And the problem is, even YouTube, you can't get the full scene. I got the footage and everything. The movie you have to pay for still. YouTube cuts half of that scene out, so you couldn't get the whole scene. I was frustrated as hell. It's 3 a.m. I want to do this video. It's on my freaking phone, but it's not on YouTube. Actually, if I did it live right now, if I did it live right now, guess what would happen? Right? Maybe if I do one segment of it, this, you guys know this is proof. Let me do a piece of it. Let's see. You got something against the Air Force? Hang on. No. If you had one song.
You got anything against the Air Force?
Okay, this is proof. Can you guys hear that?
Yeah, I heard it.
Okay, so you guys know man, I'm going to get rapped for this.
I got a couple songs I wrote in the Air Force. You got anything against the Air Force? No.
I do. Fucking awesome scene.
Hell, whatever you're about to play, we ain't never heard it. I hear the train a-coming.
All right, that's all I'm going to post right here because we could get wrapped. Anyway,
Round the bend.
there's proof.
I just hang my head.
Well, I shot a man. Yeah, I shot a man in Reno. Just I can sing that, but I can't do it now.
I was lucky enough to see Johnny at Pat Garrett's amphitheater with my brother.
Mm-hmm.
June was there. He had the whole family.
I love June. June was awesome.
She had one hell of a voice.
June was awesome. She was a performer. She was almost, what do they call the old performers in the 30s? Anyway.
Vaudeville?
Broadville. She was almost half Broadville, country and all that, because she can entertain the crowd between.
Yeah, she was a comic. Yeah, she was. Yeah.
Comic, entertainer.
In fact, they used to, like, because she was so funny, they didn't think that she could sing as well as she could, and she had a hell of a voice. Going to Memphis?
Yeah, well, she had all her sisters, and they used to sing as a group. And when she went all by herself, and then Johnny Cash fell in love with her. He was married at the time, but boom, oh, that's mine for life type deal.
I misspoke. Going to Jackson.
Yeah.
They did that duet. Going to Jackson.
Jackson. Yeah. Anyway, that scene in the movie, I frickin' did that at night and frickin' edited it and got everything right. And the mother effing
Yeah.
son of a bitches. I was pissed.
Yeah.
And
What if
that's
you get away with it on Rumble?
Huh?
I wonder if you could get away with it on Rumble.
No, it's copyright. It's probably everywhere. It's heavy copyright, like Hendrix is, and other certain things. But the movie itself, you should be able to watch that free, right? If you go to Netflix, YouTube, Paramount, no, you got to pay for it. Because I tried to get the full segment of that scene, and that's one of the best scenes ever in a movie, because this is, he's trying to express himself and put out a record. The guy thinks his stuff sucks. He's like, "You got anything else?" He's like, "Well, his own personal stuff." Right? Well, that's what mattered, his own personal stuff. Quit being like everyone else. And there is no other Johnny Cash. So there you go.
No.
Quit being like everyone else. And that's what I was trying to emphasize. Don't do the same thing everyone's doing. Be yourself. And I couldn't pull it off. So that thing is in the trash can. Still on my phone, but it's in the trash can.
All the best stuff.
But center exhaust flow. What are they talking? Cars now? So maybe me and Kyle do the video. Kyle plays the song. I sing it because I can sing that song. It's in my little tiny range. And I get Kyle on the guitar in one part of the screen and me in the other, and I put my black wig on, and we do that. How about that, Kyle? How about we do that, and screw YouTube, we can do it ourselves. What the hell are they talking about? Anyway, so maybe me and Kyle, I've been wanting to do Kyle and me and Kyle videos where he plays the guitar because I can't anymore. And we split screen it and do it, I think that'd be funny. And it'd be like Jim and Kyle or something like that. And we do several greatest hits. What do you think, Kyle? You got enough in you, enough hydraulic juice in you to do it? What car is in my background? That's an AMC. Okay, let me get out of let me blow it up. Boom. That was a concept car, late 60s, that they never made, AMC. And tell me that ain't cool. That would have sold like hotcakes in the late 60s, early 70s. And it'd probably be on the racetracks. Just like the GT and other things. So.
You can barely see the lines for the door.
I just think it's cool. It's cool.
Yeah.
And I'm a square body lover. I like square body classics, but that's cool. Kyle says, let's rock. Yes. We should do it, Kyle. You can send me a video and then I'll just split I'll split it in the screen and get our wigs on. And you saved me all that time trying to play guitar again. Bam. Uh-oh.
Sounds like a great video.
Oh my.
Short chat. I would say battery problem. And Chinese battery is not there. I really should have a second phone so I could see what the chat's doing. Oh, you're back. I hear audio.
Yeah, what's going on here? What's on this? What's on this?
You in the garb with the old flame flashlight hunting?
Yeah. All right, you can hear me?
Yep.
For the love of Mike, Pat, it's got to be the Chinese battery. I touched nothing, I did nothing, and it like shuts off on its own, like it doesn't want to use this device. Everything's great. I'm out in the garage having a smoke right now with unplugged, so it's not the plug.
Yeah, the battery works fine. It just doesn't see it.
Well, the other weird thing is when I go to relog on here on StreamYard, usually you got to go through hoops, go back to StreamYard. No, it's already there. That's another weird thing. Maybe it's the device itself. I don't know. Why is that happening, Pat? If my battery went dead, I'd have to re-plug in, get back on StreamYard, go to the live chat and all that. In this case, no. I just reboot and I'm already on StreamYard, but I lose my background.
Yeah, that the background. I don't know. It's like unless you're in the right spot, you start disappearing into the background and emerging out of it. Barbecue sauce on the keyboard.
It was the ribs on the keyboard. I dropped ribs on the keyboard. No, I cleaned the keyboard. It's good. I have no idea why this is going on though. Oh my God. Anyway, we're almost done.
Yeah. Yeah, technology is wonderful when it works.
This is the weirdest thing though, because I can come on immediately. I don't have to like rejoin, something happened, click the window. No, it's already here. I just had to get rid of some Arizona crap that went on in front of me. What do you do?
Arizona?
Yeah, it had an Arizona screen on. I don't know what's going on either. It's trying to get me to maybe
Move from Utah?
No, it's trying to make me join some Microsoft bullshit.
Oh, that's your problem.
For this, I'm using Google Chrome. And right now, it says set as default. Maybe if I do that, it will fix it. But I come on as that. I don't know. But Microsoft's been on my ass on this thing lately.
Yeah, their latest version of Windows is making people switch to Linux.
Pat says no. No idea what no means. No bad no or a no. What? Cat? I don't know.
Yeah, when you were going to get a cougar, I thought you were going to bring Cat out.
Mm-mm. No, my son got a cougar emblem at the thrift store for like 10 cents or whatever, and I was like, that's a good buy because it's cool.
Yeah.
It's probably off of a really late cougar, 70s cougar. They actually look cool when they got bigger too, but I like the 67. No. No charge to Edge. No bad. No. I don't know what he means.
No change to Ed.
Oh, yeah. Don't change to Edge. Yes. I get that. I'll, next chat, I'll make sure I'm set to default setting. I don't know why it's asking me at the top because I've always used it. So I tried Firefox, but it's not. This just works better with the Chrome thing. All right, we're back to 18 people. Okay, which is probably not even 18.
I'm sorry, I kicked your audience out. They couldn't take it.
That was a fluke. I don't know what that thing was about.
They were probably looking for the worm farm.
No, usually we're about 16, 18, and then it's reruns, you know. People watch it later. I don't know. The leak scared them away. Yes. Anyway, guys, I'm going to go eat dinner, I think. What about you, Gunswatter?
I'm probably going to hang out a little bit longer. I got another cigar to smoke. I'll check out some of your videos that I missed. See what you've been up to.
I haven't been doing any.
Oh, I thought you did.
No, I was cleaning and crap. I haven't done any shooting or anything. I will be. Well, that's what they all say, but I'm pretty done with that. So we'll do some shooting. I got to go out and dig up bullets all over the place. And
Remelt them?
well, yeah, I haven't collected bullets since winter, so they're all over, especially with the sun and his. They're, it takes me a while to load 9mm, and he blows them through a magazine like it's nothing.
Yeah, it makes you want to get an automated press.
Well, this is a small jar, and there's a lot of Easter eggs out there, okay? That's from the backyard. And that's the small one I can grab. So I got a whole bunch of, but it hurts your back, plucking bullets out of the ground.
Yeah.
They're all sitting there on top.
How far is that bullseye you got out back?
The swinger one?
Yeah.
That one is from the garage. It's 70. If I'm standing at the boulders, it's 50.
Mm.
And no, wait, the paper target is 70. So from the garage, that one's like 60 something. That's where we usually stand. And then if I go up to the boulders, it's like 50. I don't know. I'd have to get the rangefinder out again. I have more to put out. I want to do 100. I want to do
I'm being cold. 1 minute, I'll be back. Sorry about that.
Oh, let's see. Okay, I'm going to go back in. Yeah, everything's fine. I think it's this new Chinese battery. Pat was talking about how they copied this laptop and they don't want you to use their new battery in it. And it just goes out. It works great, but it just goes out now and then for no reason. Frickin' Chinese. And we shouldn't trust them at all. There's been talks with the Chinese lately, but we don't. Hopefully, he knows better than to trust those bastards. All right. Tell me I must know. I don't know, Kyle. We're gonna have to. Now I don't know what we're talking about anymore. Yeah, grandkid to pick up Easter eggs, yes. This is the T430S. Yes, correct, Pat. And it's a great laptop. But since that battery, it charges, I can go out and do whatever I want, but it goes schizo on you. And I made sure the panel is in and everything, but for no reason, it just goes schizo.
I'm back.
I thought maybe it's the plug-in, at the very end, the round one. No, I don't think it has anything to do with anything. I think they're just screwing with us. My son got these, we replaced the big one. And I don't know. It could be a StreamYard glitch. I should just clear my cookies, reboot, try and find my passwords for this. I need to do that anyway on this thing because who knows what's on there. And then
I wouldn't be surprised if it had something to do with Windows and the battery not having a chip that the motherboard's looking for when it tells you that there's no battery there. And then Windows is like, oh, you've changed the configuration.
Yeah, well, at first, when he first put the new battery in, he said it didn't work. And then he said, well, I have to make it recognize the device. But then we put it in again and it worked. So I have no clue. This is why I use an iPad most of the time.
Yeah.
It never craps. I'm watching it right now. I'm watching the fights. It never craps. So, but to go live with this, I don't know. I have this little holder here for it, and I don't know if it's the right angle or whatever. So I'm watching the fights right now.
I gotta go check on my mom again. There's something going on. All right.
All right, guys.
If you're off, foof.
right.
Sorry about that.
Let's do it right now. A foof.
All right, foof.
All right.
All right. Take care, Jim.
All right. Thanks for coming on.
Oh yeah. Thank you for having me.
All right. Pat says, try changing iPad battery. Everything has its issues. I know. No, this is a great laptop. So, and it's perfect. It sits here. I got like this stool chair that I have it sitting on. I guess I could show you guys. This is how I sit in the basement. And I'm on this stool chair from a thrift store that has $3 marked on it. Can you see the? No, probably not. $3 sticker on there. And it's the perfect height. It's comfy down here. I can talk without anyone in the house hearing me. And now I haven't a foofed yet. So it's perfect height, you know. So I really don't want to switch. I just got to figure this out. So what I'll do is set the default to Chrome again because it's telling me that at the top, and then reboot the StreamYard. That'll take away Uncle Jim 3, but I can figure that out later. In case 2 goes away, I can use 3 for live chats. I'll figure that out. So I don't know. It's not my thing at all. I work with my hands, not my mind, because my mind has this little tiny pea brain in it, and that's all you get. Wow, the couch were crackies. Crap was. The couch were cracky. What? Don't know where that is. No, this is in the basement, so. Yes, it was Folsom Prison. The scene from that. Anyway, let's call it a day. I'm glad that all 265 people showed up, which was a farce. All right, I love all you guys in live chat, and until next time. Oh,
Yeah, I got back. Are you still live or did you foof?
no, I'm ready to foof.
Oh, okay. I thought we foofed on my way out. Yeah, Mom's okay. She just, she has the Alzheimer's and she got confused. She wanted all the lights out. I put them out, and then she got confused about something else. But now she's ready to go to sleep, supposedly. So we'll see.
Okay, I was just ready to foof, so he came back just for the foof.
I got the foof.
All right, everyone in the live chat, I love you guys. And everyone that came on, thank you. And I guess we'll see you next week. And until next time, ready? 1, 2, 3.